Coming up on the next episode. Good morning, YouTube. It is 10:08 now in the AM on this Monday, August the 23rd, as it says right there on the monitor. I am using a camera that basically stopped working. This is the Kodak Playsport ZX3 camera. Now this is the one that I bought, I don't know how long ago it's been, not that long ago. But it worked fine for a while, and then it just started having problems. Seemed like the battery wasn't charging or something of that sort, and so it finally got to the point where it just wouldn't charge at all. I put, connected the charger, the charge light wouldn't come on, nothing would happen. I couldn't get anything to happen when I pressed the power button, and so I was telling Bill, Bill had made a video yesterday on surviving the storm, and in my comment to him, I'd said something about the Playsport not charging, and I was going to have to try to figure out what was wrong with it, and I wanted to replace the battery and didn't know how to get it apart, and he wrote me an email and said that you don't really have to take the battery apart or the camera apart. It just comes out the side where the SD card fits into. So sure enough, I looked in there and there it is. Easy enough to come out, and I took it out. I took the meter to it, my digital multimeter, and it was showing 0.03 volts. Obviously that was not going to power the camera. And so I did some reading online. Bill had said his was giving him problems too, and but that it seemed to be working okay lately. And so I did some reading online and found one lady who was having a problem with it. Said it was the connector that fits into the side of the charging port there for the micro USB was the problem, that it didn't connect to inside the camera. It didn't connect fully with the pins or whatever, and she had to play with hers to get it to work. And so I thought, well, I'm going to try that and see. And so I hooked it up in the living room to my HTC One charger, which now that charger is a newer phone, and it puts out a lot more current than some of the other chargers I've used. And so I didn't think even think about it, but it did charge, and I'm thinking, okay, it's charging, it's staying charging, and that's good. So in the meantime, I got to reading about it, and sure enough, there was one guy who said it depends on the charger you use. If you use the cheaper charger that only maybe charged at half an amp or something of that sort, the camera will look like it's charging, but then the charge light goes out, and if you press the power button, it doesn't come on, and it just doesn't work. And what he says, now I don't know if that's the truth or not, but he says it will not, these batteries will not take a trickle charge, which is what he called that. He says you have to charge them with either a tablet type charger, which puts out some decent current, or you have to use a newer phone charger. Well, that, like I said, the HTC One is a newer phone charger, so it does put out more. I know my phone charges up faster on it than it does on any of my other chargers I have. I have the one for the Nokia. Now the Nokia does work with it, but again, it takes a little longer to charge it. But so that's the deal with it. Using the camera right now, I don't know if you could tell that, but this is 720p, and like I said, this is a decent camera, and this guy that did the video said the same thing. He says it's a really good camera. He says it's just a shame that the problems that you have with it. So what I did in order to prevent this problem in the future, hopefully, I ordered a new battery and charger. And we'll look at our orders. I just ordered this yesterday. Obviously, it's not been charged or sent yet, shipped, I should say. But there you go. It says Kodak Easy Share. Now, I guess that battery fits the Easy Share. But this is obviously the camera. It gives the Playsports one of them, the X3. So there you go. That's what it is. And it does, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with this charger because it does seem to be working. And so, you know, I'm guessing that I had to put my hand from it. That's why I did that. See if it was working. It's hard to see the screen. I see the little charge or the recording thing, the red light with the time, but I can't really see the screen. Anyway, enough of that. But like I said, this should circumvent that problem from occurring because it charges the battery in an external charger, and that way your batteries do get charged correctly, hopefully. And plus I'm going to again use, the next time I do charge this, I will use that same HTC charger and see if that works. I think what I'm going to do today is work on the, let's put you down here and show you again. Work on this device here and get this set up. Now again, this is going to be a fairly large piece of plastic that I make for this. It's going to have a bottom to it, and it will have sides like this, and they will have screw holes in them to where they will screw on the faceplate, this part here of the device, and that will be separate from this part. And this will include this, and again, as I said, the power transformer will be behind it like this, and all of this will just slide in and out and be able to be modular in nature, I guess is the best way to explain it, so that it can be worked on. All I do is take the screws out of the device, whatever we're working on, pull that faceplate off, and then the whole device should pull out from behind there. It won't actually be attached, it'll just be sitting back there. So this one actually will be attached because it will attach to the faceplate because of the control. But also, as you can see, that angle is just about right, I think, for what my angle is on the MFP right now. And I think it's at 25%, I think is what I've set that at. And when I made these here, and that's this part here, I'm talking about the percentage of angle to it. But that should just about do it. And I'm gonna take that piece there that I made. Actually, not that piece. There's another piece laying right here somewhere. It's got an end piece on it, and I'm going to make sure that angle is about the same. Then I can use that to do my measurements and get the exact things that I want. I think this is about the size I want to make it. You can see there's a little bit of space on each side of the Variac, and I think maybe this will be turned this way. I'm not really sure yet, but it will be easier to hook up, I do believe, than on top. I'm just not sure about it. All that stuff is you know, coming. I'll just have to, you know, do it as I go along and figure it out. But also I want to put on there my little high voltage box that I put all the capacitors and the bridge rectifier into to make the DC come out. That will be included as well. Just hoping that I can get all this done in a fairly reasonable amount of space. And I'm not worried about the plastic so much as I am the space it takes up on the MFP, because, you know, it may be that I have to make the one for the little meter, the AC meter for the alignments. That might, you know, of course that won't have anything behind it, and so, you know, I could probably put some stuff behind that if I needed to. And I still have the filament transformer and the little DC power converter that it will be included as well. Now I'm not really sure I'm going to use that terminal box that I built. Not yet anyway. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that. I have some terminals coming like that, so maybe I'll use those instead. I don't know. It's a lot to figure. I don't do well with complicated situations like this unless I can break them down into lesser pieces, and like I said, I want to try to do one thing at a time. But my brain my brain works like this. I mean, I think about this, and I'm thinking about the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, and, you know, before you know it, I've got my brain so full of useless information that it can't process what it should be processing. I don't know if you guys work that way too, but that just seems to be the way mine works. And so I need to just concentrate on one thing at a time. I think get this designed, this part of it, and then I'll add the part for the transformer and back, and that will be part of this again. And you know, if I have to make it, you know, connect like I did this as far as the printing is concerned, I do not like printing on the 3D printer to have supports. Support adds so much extra plastic that's wasted, and I just don't like doing that. If I can get away with printing something without supports, I do that every time, because it prints faster, and it doesn't, you know, take up so much plastic. And not that the plastic is that expensive, it's just that, you know, again, the time it takes to, and even once you get it printed, you have to take the supports off, and sometimes those don't come off very easily. So again, I'm just trying to get it worked out the best way possible. That's why I want to make this part here separate from the faceplate. And the faceplate, I think, is going to have the meters above this. I think both of them will be above it. I think that's the way it's going to work. I need to put that in there and see how far that's going to come up, and see if that's going to leave me enough space to put the meters above it, and go from there. So that's what I'm trying to mess with today, and I don't know how well I'm doing, but good Wednesday evening to you all, YouTube. It is 7:31 now in the PM, according to the large screen that I can see that you can't. You may hear the 3D printer in the background happily churning out another piece for my MFP. This is the faceplate for the DC power supply panel. I had to widen it quite a bit to accommodate the meters and everything else, and I just decided instead of trying to fit it all in one spot, one row, I'll make it like a double row and do it that way. So that's what's printing. Before you see, as I think you can tell, a couple of items, actually 5 items to be exact. Get my pointy stick out here. This is the Japanese tube type radio that I bought on eBay. It is pretty much complete. It needs a good cleaning. The cord doesn't have an end on it, so that's got to either be put back together or put a new plug on it or whatever, and that's got to be done pretty much before I can do anything with it. Now, if I had my variac done and the panel back on it, I could hook it up that way, but I don't have that. So right now we're going to have to do without. Now the one on top is the Monarch AM radio. As you can see, it is missing the dial pointer / tuner control. This is on off here, and this is volume. And so I'll have to make one of those. I've seen pictures of them online, so it shouldn't be a hard deal to make, I don't think. Now also you'll see up there the wire that I just got in. The black is on the left, the green's on top, and the white is on the right. Now these are 100-foot rolls of 16 gauge, again to complement the wiring on the bench. These will be wired into an item that I'm going to show you a shot of, and these will be eventually plugged into a power strip. These will be plugged into items on the MFP and probably on the right side here as well, and there will also be one on the left side bench. At least one. Now I'm saying one, in some cases there may be more than one, but anyway, that's what I've got so far, and those will be individually controlled from a switch panel over on the right by the window. So that's what I've got so far. Now, like I said before, the variac has its own switch, so I can turn it off anytime I want, and the rest of it, like I said, will have a master control of the whichever strip I want to turn off individually. Same thing with the lights. There will be one for the overhead lights, which they will all plug into the same thing and be able to be instantly doused, if that's the way you want to put it. That will include the swing arm lamp for one side or the other. Maybe. I'm not really sure. Those have individual power switches on them, so I don't really need to do that if I don't want to. So I'm still thinking about that, and I'm still working that up in my head. A lot going on in my head. Gives me a headache now and then, but hey, is what it is. So I just want to kind of add this update, and I'm not sure which one of these videos I'm going to add it to, either the one for Thursday or Friday. And I probably will add it to the Thursday one because I don't believe that one's as long as the one is for Friday. So whichever one it turns out to be, you know, that would be it. Leo made a comment on my video today, and he said he couldn't keep track of when I was making these and things like that, you know. The reason I do this and tell you what time it is just for that specific reason. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and these guys, a lot of the bigger channels, don't bother to do that. They don't tell you when they're making the videos, and I've found out through subsequent, you know, viewing that they may have made that video a month ago. And so, you know, I like to let people know when the video is made. That way, you know, they can have a better idea of the time frame involved. Now, again, my videos are not done every day, you know, as far as the day before. I found with making videos, it's just too hard to keep up with it and like that, especially, you know, if you make a few a week, like I do. And so I generally try, just like I think the ones before this one, it was made Sunday. So when I'm in a video mood, I make videos, maybe 1 or 2 or maybe even 3, depends on the mood I'm in. And then I post them later on in the week, and that gives you, because they're usually different, they're not all about the same thing, and that's another thing I'm trying to get across. I don't want this channel to be a DERB bench construction, you know, all the time, every video. So I am trying my best to include other items like the kit build, I did the AM or the airline radio. And got that in there. I did the airline CD, or not CD, 8-track player, amplifier, AM/FM stereo with the record changer. I've done quite a few different things like this, and that's obviously what these things here are going to be for, is to insert into the regular rotation, and I try to put a little update on the bench in each one as well. So that's the way that works. So I hope everybody's happy with that, and if you're not, I'm sorry. But, you know, I found through a lot of trial and error that this is probably the best way for me to do this. And you guys may be different, I don't know. But like I said, this is my way of doing it, and I'm going to stick to it as long as it works. And if it stops working, I'll do something else. So there you go. That's a good update on that. So I think that's going to do it. I just wanted to basically show you that the radios did arrive. I did win the auction for the little RCA transistor radio. I forget I think it was 3RH34 or something like that was the model. And I have found a schematic for that, and it has been shipped, or at least there is a tracking number. So I don't know when I'll get it, but I think it said something about Monday. Was the schedule, or was the estimated time. So whenever it arrives, I'll probably give you a gander at that as well. Now, I don't know when I'll get to it, but like I said, we'll think about it. So I really wasn't sure that I was going to get that one. Nobody else bid on it though. I got it for the starting bid of $12.99. So, you know, it wasn't a bad buy. So, you know, that's that. So I'm not gonna belabor the fact that those things are coming up, and got some more announcement on the BDST coming up soon. Hope you guys will stay tuned for those when they happen, and let you get back to your regular scheduled video now, and we'll talk at you later. I'm going to give it a shot. So you guys in the meantime, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.